Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes. Get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never met me, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And today, it was a push today. And I was in there working on my video, and it was like pulling teeth. I'm not a big fan of editing video, but I am a big fan in sharing my experience. And because I don't have an editor, right? It's up to me in my choices, right? In my choices and in that determination to show up for myself at the very least, that I have to apply myself. I have to get this done. I promised Wednesday we would have a new video. If you don't know, I just got back from a trip from Ontario. I did 12 different provincial parks. I did it in 13 days, and it was an experience. And it was an experience, and like I said, I want to share that experience. And even if I'm not a great editor, and even if editing feels like pulling teeth, I am going to get it done. I am determined. I am determined. And I am the evidence that even when I feel that heavy, and I don't know what that heavy is, right? I don't delve deep in that. I don't stay on top of the headline news. I focus on what I've got to do. I focus on getting that video edited. But I can feel there is stuff going on. Right? And that's the pushback. That is everything that's trying to make me feel uncomfortable, make me feel agitated, make me feel frustrated, make me feel guilty, right? And make me feel like I'm just, oh, oh. And make me feel like, what am I doing, right? Those are a lot of heavy feelings to be having when there is nothing going on. I am on my days off. Oh my goodness. I am flaking out, and I'm grumbling about having to edit video when I feel that there is so much more going on out there, and feeling accomplished in the few things that I was able to get done. Pay a couple of bills, right? Put some groceries in the cupboard. Finally get hacking on this video that was, right, like I said, pulling teeth. And I have those days, right? I do have those days, but usually those days just take a good little pep talk, right? Be my own cheerleader. Let myself know, hey, I can do this. And I'm doing this now, right? But it's out of that. I was going to say frustration. That was the first word that popped into my mind. Maybe it's the frustration that I'm not in a position where I can hire an editor and do those things that I would prefer not to be doing. And because I prefer not to be doing them, right? It's not a happy, can't wait to get to it kind of experience. But I look at the other aspects like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get the video out and share this experience and share that adventure that I had, to show people that you can do it. It doesn't matter how, you could just say, like, I have nothing to give, right? And it's in that drummer boy attitude that you can, right? A song and a dance, sitting in place and being a shoulder for somebody to cry on, being a good next door neighbor and mowing the next door neighbor's grass because he stumbled, right? We're just getting older. It's in those kindnesses that we do for each other that's going to make it so that we can turn this whole mess around, that we can get ourselves out of feeling all of that when we've got all of that to be focusing on and doing. And maybe that focusing and doing on that is only to distract us from what would truly agitate us, right? If we truly understood fully what was going on out there, right? Say, let that movement happen and let's see where everything falls into place, right? Wouldn't it be amazing if we could, as a whole, make some better choices? Choices that we can all, right, agree upon. And they don't have to be fantastical. They don't have to be super difficult, right? They don't have to be like pulling teeth, maybe a little bit, right? Change is difficult for everybody. It is. But I feel there's a lot of change going on right now, right? And a lot of it is due to this digital age that we live in, right? The fact that we're this close from everything and anything our heart desires or what our heart doesn't desire, but because we're hyper vigilant, right? It becomes a part of our life. I'm grateful that I'm not hyper focused on what's going out there, but I think it's just as important, right? In what I'm focusing, right? When it comes to my brand, when it comes to myself. I went today, right? And I went and got my flu shot and my COVID booster, right? Just because of that heavy out there, because of that uncertainty, because I am my responsibility for myself. So if I say that I'm focused on this, then focus on this, meaning myself and my brand and in showing up and being the evidence, right? Think I might even make a doctor's appointment and have a physical done, right? Not that there's anything wrong, not that there's anything wrong, but maybe it's just in that feeling that, I gotta pay better attention, right? I am focused on my own well being. But there are lots of people, right, living vicariously through that experience because nobody's going to make a move unless they see that evidence. And I'd like to be that evidence for myself. And I'm doing it anyway, right? So, right, it's just a matter of showing up, right? And just doing the best that I can. I didn't do too much on my set of days off. I've got one more day, going to dedicate it to getting my next video up. And I'm going to get the job done, right? And I'm not going to grumble about it. I'm going to wake up fresh. And I will whistle while I work in that, right? I have to concentrate when I'm doing video, so it's not like I can go down side branches and stuff and get lost in other ideas and thoughts and future plans. I can't do that when I'm editing. I have to be focused on the video. But the faster I get that done, then maybe the rest of the day I could have for myself. And then I could really give myself a little bit of relaxation. right? I keep saying that I don't feel like I'm getting things done, but I'm looking around on my days off and I'm seeing all the things that I'm accomplishing and that I'm doing. It's only that I was procrastinating on getting the video editing, that guilt and shame surfaced. So I'm making myself busy doing everything but, right, what I should be doing. So after my live today, hold myself accountable. I got another hour and a half before it's time for bed. I'm going to get this all set up so that when I get up in the morning, I can apply myself, put a few hours of productivity into my own brand, into my own self. And I'm going to get a little bit out of that because in editing, the good thing about the editing is that I get to relive the experience, right? And that's pretty amazing to be able to do that. I should mention also, it's November. November sucks for me. November has always sucked for me. And that's my own well, I did that. It is right. What you think about is realized, and it was something that I noticed very young, like probably in my teenage years. And right, I have never, ever, ever looked forward to November. And it just seems in the serendipities that, my mother passed away in November. And not only did she pass away in November, she passed away yesterday or the day before. I think yesterday she passed away, November 11th, 11/11. So every time I see the 11/11s, right, that's what it means for me. It means something different for everybody, right? But in the circles I kind of float around, it's kind of um a running insight in the 11/11s. And so in Remembrance Day, well, yay, my mom says, remember me. And that could have an impact in how, right? Because sometimes we do get triggered and we're not looking as to why we're triggered. We're just triggered, right? And it's a matter of getting out of the trigger, right? Resolving the trigger or having the trigger as the excuse to make it even a bigger, right, issue than it is so that we can let off the steam and stuff. So it's really good that sometimes that we can, right, go back and kind of reflect on some things and say, hey, that's adding to that pot, right? That one ingredient. Definitely I've been thinking in that relationship with my mother. And yes, in that procrastination of not wanting to get in and edit a video because I don't think editing is fun, that I'm procrastinating and saying, oh, I'm gonna go in and taken some lessons. And so, right, I'm feeling and like I said, I can't concentrate on the videos if I'm going down the side branches and stuff. I have to be able to be focused on the editing, right? So in that procrastination and thinking about my mother, right, and getting the flu shot, like my arm is all sore, right? Parting with my money and paying the bills, and then I have to stop, and I went, oh my goodness, it's just life. That's just life, right? Why am I expecting that everything should be dazzle and amaze and easy and not full of any kind of obstacles, right? 5 minutes before I did my live today, I put on lipstick. I pulled up my ponytail. And you know what? In all honesty, this is the same outfit that I wore yesterday, right? Just put on the same clothes because I had to do something I didn't want to do. I was just going to be a bum and edit video. And it was like everything but. But I'm in it now. The only reason I stopped was well, I got excited. I said, oh, I got to go do my live now, using my live as an excuse to procrastinate in doing something that I don't really want to do. And that's the truth. That's the truth, too. You got to smile at it, too, because I'm not even tricking myself anymore. I'm not. Okay, you guys. That's my good cheer. I just wanted to pop in, say hi. Getting back into my editing. If you guys come back tomorrow, I will have a video up for you. The next installment in my trip, my um, Ontario Provincial Park um, tour that I did in September, and we've got a few more videos to go in that trip, and then we're going to be on to the next project. You guys, that's my good cheer.